Why? What are some reasons why deserts don't have water? What are some reasons why, little Robert? Why doesn't it rain in deserts? Is that okay? See, as soon as we get the kids to paraphrase the title, we're bringing in other possibilities. Now, a second thing we might do is look at the pictures, and we could talk about why that particular picture, is shown there. The picture on the bottom right-hand side. So I might say, could someone explain what that picture is showing? What are some of the things in that picture, first of all? There's mountains, there's clouds, and there's arrows. And what are the arrows? What do you think those arrows are doing? They're showing the direction of the wind. Now, what's happening to the clouds? Good little art. They're staying on one side of the mountain, good. And what are some of the words that are on the diagram that we can see? They're rising. Okay, and so we see there's moist air on the picture, and we can say rising moist air produces rain. Okay, and on that diagram, where is the desert? On the other side, away from the mountains. But you can see how having the kids talk themselves, see how we're moving the picture into our minds. So we've already started to form some views about it. A lot of the kids won't do this spontaneously. They won't look at the pictures and basically talk the picture into their heads.
And why the different coloured arrows?
Sorry.
Coloured arrows.
Okay, so there are different coloured arrows, and we could really take that apart. And if look, I'll tell you, if you spend 2 or 3 weeks teaching the kids how to read diagrams into their brains, it'll be with you for the year.
There's going to be one kid at least that will ask you what trade winds are. Why they're called trade winds.
Okay, and so why? Yeah, and we talk about that. Why might they? And that'd be a great question to pursue later, because we're going to get into history and all those sort of, all the things there. Now, so just still at the getting knowledge ready phase, we could say, look at the text and say, okay, how is it organised? So what are the different ways in which this text is organised? Yes, but if you just look at it straight on, what do you see there? You've got 2 or 3 columns. Okay, we've got some words are bold, we've got some headings. Okay, year 7. What about the first top bit? What's that? Yeah, it's the one that's in larger text. The one that starts off deserts generally. That's our introduction, but it could also be our... So, year 7, when might we read that? We might read it first, and then what will we say after we've read it? If it's a summary or introduction, we might say, what? What's this going to be about? What might this text be about? Now, after we've finished reading the page, what might we read again? The introduction. To see if it does match what we're supposed to get from it. Okay? Now, we've got the subheadings, and we could read each one, perhaps paraphrase those and say what's going on there. Now, one activity that we could engage in, and if I were doing this on the PowerPoint, if I'd had this on the PowerPoint, I could show you, say, the first topic sentence of the paragraph, and where it starts off. Because of the way the Earth rotates around the Sun, areas around the equator receive more direct sunlight than anywhere else on Earth. So I could have the kids read that, and then say, okay, now what's that saying? What's another way of saying that? Because of the way the Earth rotates around the Sun, so let's make a picture of what that's saying. Because of the way the Earth is going around the Sun, okay, because of the way the Earth goes around the Sun, areas around the equator receive more sunlight than anywhere else on Earth. Areas around the centre get more sun. Okay, that's what we want, isn't it? So because of the way it moves around the Earth. So what is the main idea there? The main idea is it because some areas get more sun than others? Now, the closer you get to the middle of the earth, the warmer it gets. Now, what might be the rest, without reading that paragraph, if I had that up on the screen for the kids, what might that paragraph tell us? If it's on about that there's a part of the earth, the equator, that gets more sunlight than other parts, what might the rest of that paragraph be about?
Why that makes a difference.
Why it makes a difference. Good little Rosalie.
Or what happens to the other parts that don't get.
Good little Renata. What happens to the other parts that don't get it, and so on. So we can have the kids anticipating. And once they start to learn how to do this is at the summary level, at the paragraph level. Once they've started to learn how to do this, we can check that the rest of the paragraph does that. And sometimes the topic sentences are good. This is also going to help the kids' writing, obviously. If they know that the first sentence, particularly of a factual text or a descriptive, a recount or those sort of things, that the first sentence tells you what the rest of the paragraph is about, then that's a good way of getting underway with it. So we've now got that. So let's have a go at going through and reading it. And let's just work on a little bit first. Little Effie, could you read the first, the second sentence, please?
Okay. This means the air there is always very hot. The air there is always very hot.
Okay, and so that was good. That was good, little Effie. You changed your mind. So, and in the class, I'd be saying, I'll treat you guys as the class. Okay. This means the air there is always very hot. So what's that telling us? Which air are they talking about? Good. The air around the equator is always very hot. Okay. Could you go on, please, mate? Yes, thanks. Yes, let's go.
Hot air can hold much more moisture than cold air. So the humidity in these areas is always very high.
Okay, so, thanks. Hot air can hold much more moisture than cold air. So the humidity in these areas is always very high. Okay, are there any words in that sense we don't know the meaning of? Humidity. Okay, let's try and work out what humidity means. Now this would be a great opportunity for doing it in small groups, where we have the kids doing small groups, but we'll do it as a big group. Okay, this means the air there, sorry, I've lost my place. Hot air can hold much more moisture than cold air. What does that look like in your mind? Okay, what is moisture? What is moisture? Who knows? Does anyone know another word for moisture? When something is moist, what is it like? It's like water. It's humid. No, little Robert. We're not there yet. Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. Okay. Okay. Now, but when things are moist, they're damp or they're wet. So we're saying as air gets hotter, it can be more wetter, or more damp. So hot air, the hotter the air is, the more damp it is. So what do you think humidity is talking about? Is how much water is? How much water is in the air? And we could have gone through humid and all that stuff. That could be another pathway. But I'd be starting off in that case with moist. You know, when someone's clothes are moist, are they saturated? Are they saturated? No. They're just feeling damp. And you also might want to make the difference between dryness. It's often good to bring in antonyms as well. You know, then the opposite of being moist is being dry. Okay.